welcome to this edition of the Colebrook Conversation. I'm Mark Raunikar of Colebrook Financial, and today's topic is the financing of travel clubs. Joining me today is the President and Chief Operating Officer of Global Connections, Cathy Wunder. Hi, Cathy. How you doing today?
Great. Hi, Mark. How are you?
I'm very good. You've been a customer of ours for over 15 years now, which is hard to believe. And your club was started in the 1990s, so you're the perfect person to have this conversation with. Before we get into the characteristics of the Global Discovery Vacation Club, why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got involved with the global companies to begin with?
I started in 1996 when we actually opened Global Connections with Tom Lyons, our founder. My past experience was in the travel agency and hotel industry, so I've always kind of been in the travel side. Tom was a client of a former company that I worked with. We serviced one of his previous companies called Network Direct, which was a buying service. We handled the travel portion of that.
Okay.
It's how we got started or connected together, Tom and I.
So you think about that time frame in the mid-1990s, there's a lot of independent timeshare developers out there. There's a lot of lenders to that industry. It's before all the consolidation of the timeshare companies and the big brands coming in a big way. So what was the idea behind you guys starting your own travel club?
Well, as I stated, Tom and I had worked with each other together. He, though, had a company called Network Direct, which was a membership company with buying service products. So from furniture to electronics and different things. So we were already servicing the travel. He felt and saw in his entrepreneurial type of who he is and was, he thought it would be a great idea to bring travel out more as the focal point of the club side. So from that, then we started searching around and seeing what travel clubs were out there, what the timeshare industry was doing, and how we would measure up and what we could provide and put out there in the industry.
Yeah, and it's pretty at that point in time pretty unique, and you say forward looking on your part to start this travel club. And we had looked at, when we came to Colebrook, we had never financed a travel club before, but obviously we had seen them out there, and we could never get ourselves comfortable with any until we met you guys. And the thing, when we went out to see you guys in Overland Park and see your operation out there, meet the management team, meet the employees, very dedicated to the product and delivering a good product for your members. And there's a lot of things that have impressed us, of course, but one of the first things we noticed coming from the timeshare background is that you own some of your own inventory, and you had relationships with management companies where you obtained inventory for your members to use. Can you talk about how you manage that process for your members?
Yeah, I mean, once we were definitely set on a path on a travel club, we didn't want to be, like you said, when you go back to the 1990s, it was a lot of certificates, and that was the way a travel club existed.
Yes.
And we felt to be taken seriously in the industry, not only by other potential travel clubs, but also the timeshare industry. We wanted to make sure that we set our own destiny. So we did invest in buying small boutique properties, looking later as years gone, developing.
Yes.
And then buying individual units, getting into that whole property management, becoming a property management company, working with individual owners. We knew that we had to have our own inventory and not rely on everyone else in case we couldn't establish partnerships with everyone. I mean, we were fortunate. And again, our 2024 looks a lot different than 1996 in our
For sure. Yeah. And I think, that part of it was the first thing we noticed. And then the second thing we noticed is your membership services and the engagement you have with your members. I think as we look, there's a lot of travel companies out there today, travel club companies. And I think the mistake that some make is that they make the sale and then they turn over the servicing to a different third-party servicer. So they get the member gets a login and a password, and they go online and try to find those discounted savings. And it's fine if it all works, but if it doesn't work, somebody's got to be there to help that member. talk a little bit about how you engage with your members and get them traveling to actually use your product.
Yeah, so there again, customer service and member service is 100% has always been in the forefront of global. Not only did we want a member to buy our product through our distributor, but we wanted to make sure that we engaged with them, that they used it, and again, kind of hand in hand. That's why we own some of our own inventory, did this, so we would continue that. But the customer service side is probably the #1 priority in global and always has been. Even with technology coming to the forefront, we still wanted to make sure we answered our phone calls with a live receptionist. We still wanted to make sure that we had booking agents that would you could talk to someone. Our membership base we knew would age. We wanted them to age with us. We wanted to be now in the 2024 ready for the new younger generation, but we also have to service our elderly and growing generation. So we've
People like
always kept, me too. So we've always kept our eye on the fact that even though, yes, technology makes a lot of things easier and there's a whole online presence, but sometimes you just want to pick up a phone and you want to talk to someone and you want them to be able to help you in that decision-making on your vacation. So, we've always prided ourselves in customer service and our partnerships.
Yeah, and I think, that's the thing about technology is when it works, it's fantastic. But
Absolutely.
like we all go online looking for a product that we're looking for and can't find it or need help, and then you try to contact somebody and you get very frustrated, right? And it turns
Yes.
you off to whatever it is you're trying to do. And that's what I think you guys are a step above a lot of the travel clubs we've seen out there is your member services and helping those people realize those savings that they envisioned when they actually bought your product.
Right.
And I think that's sometimes the problem as a receivable lender. We're obviously concerned about how people pay on their notes because that's our collateral. So then that all has to do with long-term servicing of your customers. And because they think if people, particularly in the travel club industry, if they don't use the product, they're not realizing any savings. And if they don't realize savings, they eventually say, well, why am I paying on this note if I'm not using it? I'm not getting any savings. So I think it's very important from that aspect to get them out there and traveling.
Yeah,
And I think,
absolutely.
I think it says right on your travel club website, it's like more travel, more savings. And that's really true,
Right. I mean, that was our thing. We wanted to make sure that we were giving the discount back to the member. We wanted to make sure that we were available to the member. What's the next phone call if we're not available? So
Right.
whether you're online and you can't, great if you can get that answer right away. But if you can't, that's what you bought this membership for, was for us to service it and to be there for you. So you do have to balance those two.
The other thing we've talked about over the years is the propensity of your membership base to take cruising, to take cruises. And how do you go about obtaining that availability for your members on the cruise lines?
So we get creative, we do a little different thing. So of course we have, just like everyone, we have an online presence for our members to book. We carry that a little different because even if they do book online, we do follow up with our customer service. So our travel coordinators will contact the member even after they've booked online, just to make sure that they did get the right cabin and category and everything they want. And then we have negotiated, discounted rates for net rates with our members for our members. We've also booked directly. They can call us and talk to someone. We have travel consultants. And then we also create kind of what is unique. We just, throughout the year, we create group cruising, but with an added touch. So we might add our own dance company on it. So you're getting lessons. We might do a cooking one. We might do a wine tasting one. We'll do a pickleball now, since that.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So all of those things that we're listening to what our members are out there wanting to buy and travel. Cruises are really popular right now. So we knew that the surge was going to come back after COVID. So we made sure we were positioned for that for, 2024, 25, 26.
Yeah.
So we didn't wait until after the surgeons happened.
Yeah, so that's so important. We've like I said, we've been doing business for 15 years, and in addition to your focus on member service, there also seems to be a lot of loyalty among the management company out there and the employees. What do you think it is about Global's culture that leads to that loyalty among the employees and the members?
Yeah, I mean, we're very fortunate here at Global. We know how to have fun and work
No,
hard.
I know
So
Tom knew how to have fun.
yes. So, I would love to say, I mean, I've been here since the beginning, 1996. There's never been a dull moment, we handle everything as a family and a team, and maybe that's Tom's leverage in everything because he treated us all like family. We talk as family,
Mhm.
we play as family, and we work as family. So I think that kept the longevity of that everyone wanted to work here. Everyone knows everyone's name, every door is open. Anyone can come to you with an idea or a problem. We want to know what those are. And then we just took that philosophy that was internal and made sure that our members felt that same way. We
Yeah.
do a survey. We go out to our resorts. We want to talk to our members. I mean, there was no one between Tom and myself that will wear a brighter shirt or a banner that says, "Here, we're here from Global. Talk to us."
Yes.
Because in order to fix anything, you have to know what it is.
Right.
And in order to be excited for what you've done, you want to hear all the accolades that you're going to get. So
Yeah.
I think that was important for us to keep that culture, family culture, to not only our employees, but to our members. And
Yeah.
that's what we feel like we did and are still doing.
Yeah, I think that's true. And I think, taking it from the standpoint of a lender against receivables that you guys generated, that whole customer service, that hand holding that you may have to do from time to time, that's what people want when they buy into a club. They want to have some special treatment. And, I saw that at the properties we went to visit from time to time with Tom, how they're treated differently than other folks there. And it's a nice touch. And I think that's what leads to happy members and paying members.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really the bottom line. Treat people as you want to be treated.
Yeah.
That was kind of our motto here, we can have fun with them. They can work hard, but we're still here to give them a service, and we want to be available and allow them to reach out and receive, a person on the phone or the information they need at their fingertips. Do we do
Yeah.
everything correctly? No, but we also want them to know that we're here to fix that too. We're not going to
Right.
hide behind it.
Right. So I know, like you say, your club has obviously evolved from 1996 to 2024. Anything new you're working on? Any new characteristics you're thinking about adding to your club as we go forward?
Yeah, I mean, we're constantly evolving and looking and trying to add new enhancements out there for our members that are in the travel world. I mean, our whole idea is to capture them and keep them, talking to us or on our website for them. So yeah, I mean, whatever is new in the industry or looks like coming out, we're going to add. Our latest is we just kind of have a couple different products for our distributors kind of to meet the needs out there. I've kind of always been noted that Global was more of an expensive product, but we have created more. So if you haven't checked them in a while, call us because we do
Yes.
have some that are not as maybe price point, but it still backs with our customer service and they're still going to get to talk to someone on the phone.
Yeah.
Our latest thing probably that we worked with a company, started just putting more of a kind of a, I don't want to use it, but more like homes into our product.
Okay.
So like to get there in that, there's a whole trend in marketing for people that would like to stay at Verbos or Airbnbs and stuff. And so we've
Yes.
kind of introduced that into our program and allow our stars and stuff to be on that. So it's probably the latest, newest thing that just got launched out.
Well, I think, like you say, you're responding to the market out there, and there's a lot of people who want to travel multiple generations and have a big, home of their own to kind of vacation in, and that's
Right.
solving that problem for them, which is great. So as we wrap up here, I think, sadly, Tom passed away last year, but you guys have transitioned to, a new team, a lot of the same faces. And I know some of his family now is involved in greater roles. Anything you want to say about that period? Obviously it's been a difficult one, but it seems like you
Yeah,
can do it
you
well.
know, clearly it's tough for all of us, and it's still tough for all of us. I mean, we're in a building, you don't walk down a hall that you don't have a memory or a smile or some kind of humor joke that happened to you anywhere that you walk.
Yeah,
So that spirit, it's going to take a while for us all to replace that,
yeah,
because that part we're still mourning on.
right.
But Tom also, his famous thing was there's no crying in global. So with that, he created strong leaders, individual people within his company. And we're fortunate that all of us are still here working it. As your point, his son, Chad Lyons, has stepped up. He is our CEO. He also has always done our technology side.
Mhm.
So we haven't, I mean, truly missed, and will be remembered forever. And our conversations can't go without mentioning Tom, as if he was here
Yeah.
next door yelling my name right now. But we are evolving and we are growing, and that's not going to stop his legacy and us, continuing his legacy.
That's great.
But
Yeah.
global is strong and we're
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that I always remember, there's a lot of things I remember about Tom, but of course, his optimism was fantastic, and you have to have that as an entrepreneur. And
Yes.
he would always welcome us to Kansas, and you go, "Welcome to Kansas, closest to both oceans." I thought that was a fantastic outlook on life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I only wish I could remember every joke he told me more than one time so I could deliver them, but I never could, and I won't. That's not who I am, and I wouldn't do him justice. So
that's right. That's right. No, you got to be yourself, but
yes.
carry on the legacy. So, well, this has been great, Cathy. I really appreciate the time you spent with us today, pointing out some of the things in your club that we look at and think people should emulate when they work on a travel club. So, thanks again, and we'll see you the next time we're out in Overland Park.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. I just want to say thank you, because without partners like Colebrook, we wouldn't be here too. I mean, it's that longevity, that trust that you put in us means the world to us, and you've always been a great partner with us. So I can't thank you enough too.
Appreciate it.